Hello everybody. I thought this morning I'd change little Sophie into her new little green dress that I bought her. I'd like to see if it fits her for one thing. And while I'm doing that, I thought that I would have a chat to you about, I'm not sure if it's a tag or just a conversation that's going around at the moment, but I've been really interested in watching some people's answers about this subject, and I think MySweetCupcake brought it out originally when she was talking about balance in this hobby, which, I'll become darling, is very interesting to me as a relative newbie. I mean, I've been collecting these babies for a few years, but never really had any contact with anybody else that collects, so didn't know what the feelings were out there about this hobby. But it's been a real learning curve for me, I must be honest. I mean, it's not only the dolls themselves, but it's actually, you know, dealing with the reborners and knowing who you can trust and the quality of the baby and everything else. There you go, sweetie. So yeah, I mean, I've had some horrific things happen to me, which I'm sure all of you have as well. But I mean, part for me of the balance of this is finding out, after just randomly buying babies that you like the look of, is actually finding out what you like. I mean, sometimes you think to yourself, oh, that's gorgeous, and then when you get it, you know, you don't like the way it's been painted or the way it's been filled or weighted or whatever. So, you know, part of it for me is finding a reborner that you like their work and being able to afford their dolls. I mean, some reborners are very expensive and some are affordable. It is really hard to find someone that you can trust to give you the baby that you want and that you can afford. And then of course there's the trying to balance yourself into not going absolutely mad. And I mean, this little one, as you know, it's very hard to stop buying things for her because I absolutely love her and I like to see her in different things. So, you know, that's hard. I suppose I'm lucky in a way that, you know, my husband pays all the household bills, so I get my old age pension now, and I've got a little pension from a private pension from work, and so, you know, from when I was working, so I have got a bit of money that's my own, and he doesn't expect me to pay other things with it. So you know, I'm lucky to that aspect, that I've got some money of my own, which a lot of people don't have because they've, you know, they've still got young children and everything. Oh, I thought I'd try one of these on her today because the one she had on was far too small for her. That looks nice, doesn't it? This is one of the little onesies that I got from John Lewis. That's a much better size for her. That's 3 to 6 months. So yeah, so yeah, that looks nice, darling, doesn't it? I think I need to get some bigger nappies for her actually, because the ones I got these little ones, they seem to be a bit tight on her, so I think I might have to get her some bigger ones. Anyway, how's she looking in that? She looks quite cute in that, doesn't she? I hope that's showing all right. It's a bit dark in here today, so I'll have to check the video later. Yeah, let's try this little dress on you, sweetie, shall we? It is very hard to stop buying. I'm trying to pick up my own thread here because it's hard when I'm dressing her to try and think about anything else but how beautiful she is. So I have some money of my own, so I'm lucky in that. But then where do you draw the line on spending for one particular baby? I mean, I don't know. It is a very hard subject, and there is a lot to think about with it. And you know, it's nice to be able to talk to it with other people that are struggling with it as well. I mean, I am like a lot of you, you know, I find a lot of comfort in these babies, and so I do tend probably to spend more than I should on them. And I'm lucky that my husband doesn't really go mad and say, you know, come on, stop this, you're being silly, or whatever. He kind of, even though he thinks, you know, it's a bit of a strange thing to do, I think. He's not exactly totally supportive of it, but he doesn't, you know, have a go or anything, so I'm lucky in that. Well, that fits lovely, darling, doesn't it? She looks really cute in that. I thought the long sleeves with the little triangles wouldn't kind of look too bad underneath it and would hide the top of her arms, because these are really short little sleeves. That doesn't look too bad as a combination, does it? And that fits her really nice again. Honestly, you're such a sweetheart, and I love you so much. Yes, I do, and I just keep buying for you, and it's naughty. I did get her these new little socks with this lovely edging, broderie anglais, which are really nice. I don't think I showed you them. I got them in a pack a while ago, and I forgot about them, so I popped them on her today. They're really cute. Yeah, it's a very hard subject, ladies. Very hard subject. And I suppose the balance has to be, I mean, I say to myself, you know, that if I see a baby and it's really expensive, I know I just can't afford it. So I have to kind of put the brakes on and say, no, Sue, you cannot afford that. You're just being silly. You can't do it. So I have to kind of talk to myself and say to myself, stop. You can't afford it. You've got babies that you love. What, you know, why are you even looking? And that's the problem. It's hard to stop looking. It really is. And, you know, I have to be really strict with myself. So I think a lot of it is being strict with yourself and trying to keep it all under control. I mean, I particularly like Kelly Girl's videos. She seems to be in total control of everything. I'm sure she would probably say that's not the case, but to me, she is a very well-balanced person. And she seems to have, you know, learnt a lot over the years, learnt from it and carried on. And her babies are absolutely beautiful, and her nursery is beautiful. And I absolutely love watching her videos. She's an amazing person. I'd love to have a silicone baby as well, but they are very expensive. So yeah. I wanted to show you these little shoes that I got. I got these off eBay as well. They're little Sarah Louise shoes. They're for a christening really, and they're really pretty. They've got little flowers. I don't know if you're picking up the detail. Little flowers with little pearls in. I'm not so sure about how they do up, because these little ribbons are going to get missing easy, I think. But anyway, let's try them. Oh, they look really pretty. So yeah, ladies, perhaps we get strength, combined strength, to help each other with this problem. What do you think? Do you think we could kind of form a like a Babies Anonymous, where we can say to each other, no, you can't, you know, you can't afford it, don't do it. What do you reckon? Should we form Babies Anonymous. Trouble is, it fills this such a deep need in all of us. I mean, what's stronger than the maternal streak? You know, I don't think there is anything. I really don't. I mean, and when you haven't perhaps been able to afford as many children as you'd like to have had, or like when my boys were small, I couldn't afford to get them nice things. So perhaps we're reliving all of that in these babies. And now we can afford a few things, we're buying them. I think that's probably what it is. It's kind of spending on these beautiful babies what we would have liked to have spent on our own children. And that's people of my age, my generation I'm talking about. So perhaps it's that. Perhaps it's some kind of fulfillment. You know, because I would have liked to have bought my boys more things. I would have liked to have had more children. I would have loved to have had a little girl. I wasn't lucky enough to have one, but, you know, that doesn't detract anything from my boys. But, you know, is that what it is? I don't know. I can't answer that question, but all I know is that you have to try and keep a balance. You have to try and control yourself and not buy. Just keep buying. But it is very, very hard. And I think we really should help each other and support each other in this. Right. Let's have a look at my little Sophie. And let's have a little look. See if you can see her. Let's scroll down. Have a look at her little shoes. And her pretty little socks. And her beautiful little face, of course. I mean, how could you not resist this baby? I don't know how you could do it. And I think that little dress looks lovely on her. What do you think? I mean, she looks perfect. She just looks perfect in everything to me. But I really value your comments. I like to hear what you're saying about her and everything else that I'm doing. Because I am still really relatively new. I've not been on the YouTube very long. But I really value your opinions and your help, and I'm so glad that I can give something back, even if it's in a small way. So, are you going to say bye-bye, Sophie? Go, bye-bye, aunties, and bye-bye from me.